Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 10, and here we're on my base, and in this part we're probably going to be working around the base simply because what I need to do is get this ship set up in order to go to visit other planets. Now this is Spange's Nightshade Mark III Advanced. It's a really good ship. You can see we actually kicked this off in the previous video. The only problem is that it's not out of date with the new container carrying, so we're going to be working on that. Before that, what I want to do is show you what I did whilst I was actually waiting for that ship to spawn. Is I've put the furnace in here, so if I go outside I can give you a bit of an external view of the base, and you can see I've now built this room out here. And what I've actually done is I've faced this front side with armoured concrete blocks. I don't know if this will actually show. See, I've got the armoured concrete blocks there, and then because the defences are stronger in this direction, I've just put ordinary concrete blocks on here. That I literally built mainly for completeness, plus I had a pile of ore which I needed to convert. I want to make sure I switched it off, because one thing about the furnace is it draws a lot of power, so you never want to leave that switched on. And the other thing I've also done, if you see here, is rather than put in a dedicated cargo container, I've actually hooked it to the destruct in container, which is in the next room. And you can do this simply because the furnace will only ever take ore, and if you put anything else in there, that will then be picked up by the deconstructor, which I placed over here. Now I do know I'm going to need to make some items for the ship, so we might as well kick that off straight away and come in here. What I do need is, if I can find them, I can never find the right one here. I've got to be very careful. I don't want an ammo box because we're going to use a little bit of a fudge to get around that. That's for the base. That's the base. Where's the normal container carrier? There it is there. Container control. We need 2 of these. And what we will probably need is about 20 of those. And the other thing I want down in here somewhere, if I can actually find it. Where's the fridges? And I want an SV fridge as well, simply because as far as I remember correctly, there is no fridge on the ship that we're going to be spawning. And we're just going to come up here, and of course I want to try out my new platform over here. I mean, I could do it no closer, but no, let's do it in style. Oh, thank you. That was a bit quick. I've got to remember where I put my SV. Actually, are you powered up with the thrusters? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, you're powered up. You've got weapons and turrets, but you're actually out of fuel. Let's just put some fuel in here. I can't remember if I actually... Oops, I want to go in here. What am I doing? We'll be okay, guys. I just want to check the fridge, because I can't remember if I... Yeah, look at that. I've ruined all that food. Actually, let's just do a swap. Yeah, that was a bit of a fail there, guys. Big time. Fridge. And we'll just put that. Go to base. I suppose in some ways this would be a good test for... Hey, looks like we got a troopship coming in. Wow. That was our first troopship attack. And I chose to ignore it by trying to fix my hover vehicle. Never mind. It didn't get a chance to land. That was probably the most important thing. Yep. Drones, troopship. And we got some resources out of that. It's also interesting that that came in high enough to actually land. I think it was probably trying to land here to get close to the base, but of course these guns didn't fire because I hadn't powered up this base. And I'm not sure I actually want to power this base up now, actually. But I think the combination of the sentry guns and the cannons, also I think switching on this was a pretty good decision, because you can see here where the turret's on here, actually took part in the battle. And what I'll do, since I've now emptied that, I'll do that there. And considering I've actually ruined the food in the hover vehicle, I'm just going to check here. Yeah, we got a bit of food here, and I think we can eat a couple of salamis, and I think we probably need to get the food processor, see what we can make here. Right, we got a couple of spices and we got meat. I think we'll make a couple of hams. Obviously this is actually busy. I must have loaded this up as well. Never mind, that's the way it goes. We got no spices unless I go up and check, but that will give me 201. We got some meat, so if we put in about 4 of those, I think that'd be good for going on. I don't need that much food. Anyway, back to what I was doing before I got distracted. And what we want to do is get up to here. I'm just going to go all the way to the top. Oops. I'm going to need to put something in there, aren't I? Okay. I don't know if I can I hit the small generator? Oh, didn't have the jetpack on. Is the game reverted? Because I'm sure before we weren't suffering from that problem. I'm just going to go down and just heal up. Okay. What do I want? Oh yeah, I want one of. So we got that built. I'm just going to make one of these. Just knock out one of those very quickly. It won't take long. Do it. Yeah, there's obviously an obvious flaw in my construction over here. And we should be able to hook to base, not this base 1, and I'm just going to hook that there, put that in. That will allow me to go up here. And right, at long last we can going to spawn this ship. We'll try and keep it as close to this end as possible. I will put it on the center line. And say this is Spange's ship, and just to give you guys a bit of a profile, if you look down here, we've got some RCSs, but we haven't got a fridge, so we're going to need to put a fridge in. In fact, I will group it. We can always double group. I mean, that kind of makes it a little bit more easier to see. Now we've got a couple of small ammo boxes which I intend to recycle. We've got 4 cargo boxes which we will probably get rid of and then deconstruct. And let's have a look down what we've got. We've got a constructor, but we don't have a fridge. We've got a couple of fuel tanks. We've got 5 RCSs. I mean, and of course we've got the warp capability, which is what I'm looking for. We don't have a lot in the way of weapons though. So maybe let's just have a look where the weapons are. So the weapons are there. It's a little while since I've actually... I'm not going to be able to hook that base, am I? If I aim a bit... No, we're still inside though. Apologies guys. What we're going to do is point it here. Large constructor. We should be able to make this what I'm thinking about. I'm going to make a couple of rocket launchers as well. And finally we are ready to do the changes to the ship. They come in here. And let me just have a look around. Actually, can I just get all of this stuff on here? Now the question is, where are the cargo boxes? I think, in fact, there's a more important question to decide, is that I want to have 2 separate cargo containers in. I want to get as much in as possible. So if I look at this, we got steel blocks there, we got steel blocks there. And now we could put a cargo box there and go down each side of the ship. The trouble with that is that when I load anything up, I will have to try and balance the ship. And I'm not convinced. Now the center of gravity will be roughly where that thruster is there. But it looks very much like if I retrieve that block there, that block there, that block there. Now that I know for a fact takes me down onto the warp drive. So if I want to do is put the fridge in the center. I think what I'm going to go for is effectively 2 saddlebags type approach. So we're going to have the 2 different cargo containers on here. So I put these in first, like that. Now what we're going to have to do is effectively mine the ship to find out here. So we're going to retrieve that block there, that block there, that. Leave that block there because cargo containers can't touch at the moment. And so we're going to take that out. We could probably take that out, that. So what we got there, that's the mobile constructor. And so we've got nothing else on this side here. Looks like we've got some thin blocks over there powering the thrusters. Oh, they look cool. Well, probably have to try and put those back again. Right, let's just take that out. So we found a cargo box on that side. So we probably need to take that out and that out. And what we're going to need to do is come to here. I think we'll recreate the design across the top here. Ah, that's not going to work, is it? Okay, change in. That's going to be placed, isn't it? Well, what we could do, but it's going to be a very weak connection. I mean, I could move the cockpit forward, but that is going to be quite major. But then, if I put this behind the cockpit, yeah, I think we're. I've got an idea. What we're going to do is put one there, and then what we're going to do is put one there and one there. What that will do is effectively allow me to put a block on top of here, which will then allow me to connect it there. The only possible problem with that is going to be the vulnerability. If I lose that, I could lose half my storage. So that's going to be a potential problem. I'm going to do one side at a time. What I want to do is just take these 3 thrusters out. 2, 3. Yeah, so we've got 2 cargo boxes down here alongside the. We'll take those out. And we've got an ammo box there. And this is the trick I want to use with the ammo box. Now, you can't manufacture ammo boxes anymore because they're no longer available within the how can you say, the build criteria. But what I should be able to do is, if I come in here, pick up the ammo box, and I what I want to do is get that ammo box in, but I want it deep. Effectively, I want it in that position, low down, and then pick the thrusters up. Put this thruster in there just to mark the center position, and then all I'll do is pick that. What I'm going to do is put that one there, 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 that one there. Now here comes the weakness in the design, Because if I put this in here and this in here, like that, that will connect that through to there, like that. And we're just going to have a quick look at what I'm just going to regroup, because now we've got the container controllers here. That's only 844. Oops, that's 844. Which one's which then? That one's 800. How can they both be 844? Oh, because they're stereotypes, aren't they? Okay. Sorry about my fail there, guys. Actually, I've made a mistake here. That needs to come out. That has to come out. That has to come out. What we have to do is put the thrusters back in again. Otherwise, we're going to have no power. We got the through thrusters on that side. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to flip over to this side and repeat what I've just done. Actually, no, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to build along one side just to show you what I'm doing, and then I will do the other side off camera, because I'm aware that this will. It's actually a slanted thruster. Okay, let's just take this off. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got a problem, haven't I? Because we need to put a steel block there. Let's just take that off, this off. You actually go down one, don't you? Okay. So we've actually got blocks down there. But it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm just going to put that in there. So that will then connect to there. It means this storage down here will be bigger than this one. And that can come up. And I've actually used up all my... Wow. Oh, we've got 5 more. Now we can't put anything in there simply because that... Well, actually that's saying I can do it. I'm not sure how that can say I can do that. That doesn't make sense. It still let me connect through. Well, it does not make sense. Connected to that. It's this side that's not connected. Now it shouldn't let me. Yep. Got there in the end. And this should. And what I want to do is just rebuild this on this side. So what Spange did is put on a... We might as well put some protection in here. I'm just going to do that. And where's the, I can never find the thin slice on here. There it is. And we're just going to say 1, 2, 3, and just going to that in. Just too thick. It's this one we need. We're just going to put that back in there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to break the video here and do the other side of the ship, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. I've finally managed to get all the cargo containers on. There's a little bit more space. Should I want to put some more on, I could put a couple more here, but I don't really want to keep adding cargo containers until I've tested this. And just to give you an overview of the current situation, the front box is the smaller of the two. It's only 1,813. I'm not sure how it got to an odd number, considering I've got some symmetrical blocks. I think that's got something to do with the fact that I'm using cut blocks as well. The The rear cargo container is a bit bigger. It's 2,500. So that gives me over 4,000 carry capacity, which I think is going to be okay for what I want to do. As I say, I could add a couple more blocks on the back here should I need it. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a quick look at the structure here. Mobile constructor. I just want to see if I can make I can make additional container extensions should I need them. And I think you can go in the front and you can go to the rear. Yeah, so should I actually need some extra container extensions when we go to another planet, I can always make them, because I just don't really want to overload the ship too much. So that's the main containers items done. What I need to do now is just do a little something about the weapon systems. So what I'm going to do is come in here. I've got a couple of missile systems, and what I'm thinking is to do similar to what I've done on the other SV. We're going to retrieve the Gatling gun there and the Gatling gun there. Is that a steel block? Oh yeah, but that's the steel block that divides the two. And then what would actually is here? And then what we're going to do is let's put on these on each side under the wings. I think they fitted really well here. I think that one's too far forward. There's a gap behind it. It's my fault. And just take that off. That there. And if we drop that in there, that will protect the thrusters back there. Now the question is, we've got to put in some guns, and I'm kind of inclined to maybe put the guns a little bit higher up. So we've got a front piece there, and so we take out two there on that side, and just pick the Gatling guns up. Wait. Yeah, I mean they extend up the side of each. Yeah, I think I can live with that. And we're just going to sneak in that there. We've got the two Gatling guns, we've got that there. Of course the proof now is going to be, will it fly, and will it fly flat? Actually, I'm not even too sure I've got any fuel in it actually. Oh, okay, we've got no ammunition as well, so but we can fix that. Fuel base. I don't need the ammo. Oh, wrong base again. I will get that. I will get my head around it. You can see I've had all the blocks that I've actually taken out now. Got to stack those. In fact, what we'll probably do is put some blocks in the container so that we can do emergency repairs. What am I doing? Base. It's miscellaneous. There we are. So we're getting a nice big watch of power in here. So thrusters on. Off we go. And just press the Alt key, pull back. Yeah, I'm okay. And then we'll just page up a little bit, get a bit of height. Ship feels a little bit nose heavy. It's down a bit. Just one way to test it is if you fly like that, and then yeah, I don't know. It's looking good. I'm happy with that. And what we'll do is we'll just do the final makeover. We'll come back to here. I mean, I've got my other SV there, but what we can do is just land on these. We can come in this way actually. Whoops. Because this ship's a little bit wider. We just squeeze on the end here. Like that. Jump out. If I jump into this one and put the thrusters on, and you can back up a little bit because there's more than enough space here for 2 ships. You can mount there, and that now brings the 2 ships in range. Let's just check. So Nightshade advanced. We need some. I've got the 2 ammo boxes, and the only thing I'm a bit worried about is whether these 2 ammo boxes work together with the thing, but there's only one way to test it. We'll nick the ammunition from here. So we'll nick some. What I'm going to do is put 950 in there. We go to this one here, and we're going to put 74 of those in there. And I'm just going to come in here. Oops. And the ammunition has actually appeared for both the missiles and the bullets, so I can get away with that. That's great, thank you. So the ship is now set up, ready to go. It really needs to be coloured in. In fact, what I'll do, guys, is I'm just going to go up and I'm just going to sleep through the night so that you guys can be able to see it in daylight. So we've got plenty of food here as well. So I'm just going to grab this on the way up. Spices are quite important because there's so many foods that are made with spices. I'm just going to go up and sleep through the night, and just going to drop down. And just going to go in here. I hate to think how much fuel I've just consumed. No, not that much. Actually, what we can do is just turn the thrusters off at the moment. So this is going to be the ship that we are going to go out and about, go to another planetary system with. We've got some weapon systems, we've got some Gatling guns, we've got constructor. And all it needs now is to be textured back in again. So we're just going to do that. Because we're out of range of the other base now. I'm just going to get this here. And just going to come here, and I think we'll just go for plain. Might as well respect Spange's colour scheme. In fact, let's go to full block, make it easier. Yeah, we'll respect Spange's colour scheme, so we'll just bring this in, bring it back to. I must admit, I do like black for ships like this. It makes them look a bit more sinister and deadly. Just put that in there, that in there, and that in there. Just fill this in. Of course, there is a possibility that we're going to bring in the guns and the missiles as well. These, I think, I'm not too sure whether I actually came through the bottom of the ship, so what we're going to do is come up here and the thrusters on, take off a little bit so I can get underneath. Still not laying flat. I'm a little bit worried about that. No, we didn't actually break through underneath here, so we could, if possible, push through the containers down underneath the ship as well, but I don't really want to overload the ship just at the moment. I think that is all shaped in, looking really nice. I'm just going to jump back into cockpit. Actually, I suppose the one thing I could do is come here. I'm just going to jump out and put this on. Right, we need electronics, optical phonons, glass plate, cobalt alloy, hardened steel plates. Okay, I've just dumped this into the player inventory, and what we should be able to do now is upgrade that to an armoured cockpit. So if I just to show you there. So we've now got an armoured cockpit as well. And I suppose what I better do while I'm thinking about it is put this back there, and we'll just put this back in the fridge so we can make some more food. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will be going up into space and maybe visiting. We got 3 options for planets. Yeah, planet info. This has got neodymium and saphium on it. This one has got the saphium and neodymium promethium. Anyway, guys, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.